So now it's time to test our absolutely finished managed token site. And this is how it looks like. We have our three input fields. One is for send token, one is for approved token allowance. And these two fields are bound to our JavaScript site. And then we have one more input field, which is for adding any token, any symbol with an address to any ERC20 token to our exchange. So these are a little bit depending on our own environment, but if you feel like you want to deploy the exchange somewhere, this is independent from our fixed supply token. This is really just for the exchange to add a symbol name with an ERC20 token address to the exchange. Now, obviously, we want to test it, and we are going to test basically two things. First is we send tokens to another address, see if that is working, and then we add a token to the exchange before we head over to the deposit and withdraw functions. Now, to do that, I'm here in a PowerShell, and I want to migrate my contracts. And I do this by starting a test RPC, which is more than sufficient for now. And you can start this either on the shell or on the Windows PowerShell or on the command line. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that when you start the test RPC that you always start it with the same mnemonic for your accounts, for your private keys. Now, this obviously is depending on your own mnemonic. This is mine. I just use this for now because I added my private keys to my MetaMask here. And every time I start the test RPC, I don't want to have new accounts. I want to have the same account so I can switch between those and should actually have the same accounts. What is going on here? Now, sometimes it's a little bit buggy. I just closed the browser and I reopened the browser, so I have my account, my two test RPC accounts here, which is the first two accounts in my account list here. Those two I've added to my MetaMask, and we are going to work with them. Now, we obviously want to deploy our contract, so in the right directory, I type in truffle migrate, and because it's the test RPC, this is really fast. And it has deployed the contracts in no time. And then we are going to run the webpack server, npm run dev, and it should start our webpack dev server on port 8080. And I'm doing this very detailed because in the next lectures we are using our webpack and our deployment cycle and so on quite frequently. And for now, I do it very detailed. In the next lectures, I will just say start the test RPC, work with MetaMask, and you should know what to do. Now we have our manage token function, and in our first account, which is the one with 0x628C2, which is this account, the first account in our account list, we have all the tokens in there because our token contract will give us all the 1 million tokens inside our account that is used to deploy the token contract. Now, if I go and I copy this second address, and now let's see what happens if we send 50 tokens to the second address. Transaction is completed, a new event is fired, and because it's the test RPC, our token balance is not updated. It's updated the next time we reload the site. If you do the same in a private net with Geth or a live net with a real blockchain node, this will work that the balance is updated to the correct amount as soon as the transaction is mined. I ran into quite a few problems with the test RPC sometimes just because mining is just simulated. It's not real mining, and sometimes the state updates I don't know how to explain this, but sometimes it's a little bit buggy. So obviously that send token function is working. And if I switch my account now to the account number 4, which I just sent my tokens to, I have 50 tokens in this account. Now let's add the token to the exchange. And for this, we will cancel the update for the important information. Let's have a look where our token exchange was deployed to. And our fixed supply token has this address. So I copy the address and I say I want my fixed token has this address, and we add the token to the exchange and our token is added. Now we can also approve the token allowance, but I will not do this right now. First, we are going to work on the deposit and withdraw functions, and then we use the approve token allowance function to actually deposit tokens in our exchange. Now with this, the section is completed and we head over to the next section. If you have any questions or if you run into any problems, try to first restart your browser and then ask the Q&A questions. It's sometimes a little bit buggy. I also had to reinstall MetaMask a few times in the past, especially if I switch between laptops and I'm logged in Chrome with my user, and I found that sometimes MetaMask is updating on one computer, and if it's trying to update on the second one, on a second machine, it will just hang. It will not do anything. So give it some time. The tools are in development, and sometimes, you know, the old saying holds, have you tried turning it off and on again? With this, I will let you know and have fun trying the new managed token site.